Black people, stop going on motherfucking vacation with these white folks. Your white friends call you, say, hey, bud, what's up? Hey, you ain't going on vacation? No. Hell no.
Breaking news coming out of Mississippi. A case that has captured national attention is now raising even more questions as new details continue to emerge in the death of 18-year-old Nolan Wells. For those just now catching up, here's how the story unfolds. On July 4th, a group of teens and young adults gathered on Horn Island, a remote, undeveloped barrier island off the coast of Mississippi, only reachable by private boat, to celebrate the holiday. According to reports, Nolan Wells was among the group that day. He was last seen around 3 p.m. on the island's west tip north side, wearing blue shorts and sunglasses. Sometime after that, his friends reportedly left the island by boat. Nolan did not leave with them. His mother would be the first to sound the alarm, posting on social media asking for help finding her son. Please be on the lookout for Nolan, she wrote, adding that it was unclear if he'd made it back to land, and asking anyone with information after 4 p.m. to reach out. As the search continued over the following days, multiple agencies and volunteer groups, including the United Cajun Navy, joined the effort. Then a park ranger discovered a body on the west point of the island. Nolan's mother would go on to confirm the devastating news in a Facebook post. I want to thank our family, friends, community, United Cajun Navy, local law enforcement, and everyone involved for all the love, support, resources over the last few days. His father, our family, friends, and are absolutely devastated. I'm heartbroken for my sweet son, who was always willing to cheer and uplift others. Nolan was a special soul. God took his time creating our son. I ask that you please give me and my family time to grieve. Now, as this story has developed, several threads have generated intense public reaction. Many have raised questions about why Nolan didn't return with the rest of his group if they arrived on the island together. Some observers have also pointed out that, according to social media discussion, Nolan appeared to be the only black member of his friend group, and race has become part of the broader public conversation around this case. Commentator D.L. Hewley addressed the case on social media before the body was officially identified, criticizing Nolan's friends for reportedly not providing investigators with clear information and questioning why they had not been taken into custody. And no one in the friend group has been named a suspect or charged in connection with Nolan's disappearance or death. No charges have been filed against any individual as of this reporting.
Black people, stop going on motherfucking vacation with these white folks. Your white friends call you, say, hey, bud, what's up? Hey, you ain't going on vacation? No. Hell no. Because y'all keep going on them vacations and they keep coming back home and we can't find you. You got to tell them white people no right now. Not all of them, but some of them you got to tell them no. I can't swim. Why I'm going out there in the ocean for?
And I'm sorry, but the whole, well, I thought he got on another boat. I didn't realize he was missing. Yeah, that's not sitting right with me, because what do you mean you let your friend just get on a random ass fucking boat? And everybody's in the comments like, oh, well, we boat hop. This is normal. Nobody thought to go with them. And if it was 4th of July weekend and people were drinking and you saw that your friend was drinking, may or may not have been drinking, why would you allow him to get on a boat if you weren't with him? And don't get me wrong, I've been on a boat. I know cell service is shit. Most people leave their phone on dry land because, shit be flipping over. But if he was getting on another boat and you knew that there was no other way to contact him, again, why would you not get on the same boat? And it'd be different and all the boats were just docked in one little area and you guys were just swimming and you saw in and out. But again, this just is not sitting right. And then y'all didn't realize he was missing until it was time for you guys to go home. Like, y'all didn't sit here and think, oh well shit, where is he? Where could he have been? Why is he not back yet? We're taking shots and he's not here to take shots with us. Where's my boy at? Like, y'all don't sit here and ask these kind of questions. Like, there's a rule. If you came with me, you're leaving with me. Like, I brought you here. I'm taking you home. You guys don't live by that shit?
Nobody knows what happened to Nolan. Nobody remembers what happened. He went into the woods with a girl and we don't know what happened. So why did y'all leave him? Because I need it to be known that the one fact that we got for sure is they didn't report that baby missing until they got back home. They didn't call when they were getting ready to pack up the boat and come back home and realize, hey, we can't find Nolan. We've been looking for him for an hour. Come help us find him. They didn't report it until they got back home.
So the same thing that happened to Nolan Wells almost happened to me. I think I was like 22 years old working at Texas Roadhouse. You know what I mean? Young, silly. Forgot a couple of the things that my granddaddy told me when I was growing up. I thought these people were my friends. Another lesson my grandparents taught me when I was younger is that you don't have any friends. You know what I mean? You really do not. Like, my siblings were always my friends, and I learned that. At any rate, I signed up to go on this, little trip with these people. They let us know, okay, so we're gonna get up on the bank right here, and then we're gonna go see the waterfall. So I'm like, oh, okay, so but what we gonna do at the waterfall? You know what I mean? Because I'm vibing, but at the same time, I'm not stupid. And they was like, we're just gonna look at the, sit there, light a fire, smoke some more, drink some more. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we get to the little spot where we pull up the canoes, we anchor them off and whatnot, and then they tell us, okay, so this little piece of water right here, we got to swim across that to get to the waterfall. So I get halfway through the water, and I realize that, and I'm losing my strength slowly but surely. And at this point in time, I am calling out for help. No music is playing at this time. You know what I mean? None. Yeah, everybody was rambunctious, excited, whatever, but you could clearly hear me out there in the woods. It's still daylight. So I am screaming that I can't make it. Somebody please help me. They turn around, several of them look at me, say, you can do it, come on, let's go. And they continue to walk off. At this point in time, I have already said my prayers and have already decided that I'm going to meet my maker. I scream one more time, I am going to drown, and I went down. I don't know can't remember who was and what made them decide to change their mind and come back, but one person jumped in that water, grabbed me, pulled me up onto the bank, and mind you, they didn't do anything else after that and continued on their way. As young black children, the same lesson that I'm sure you're telling all your children now: do not be the only one. And it really doesn't matter how people feel about that, because the concern is preservation of life. So for some reason, God saw fit to not allow me to lose my life that day. And for some reason, God called Nolan home. So I will say that despite what anybody feels about how you feel about the situation, please have that conversation with your children. And that's all I'm going to say. Rest in peace, Nolan Wells, and to his entire family.
Mama always told me, if you the only birthday candle at the birthday party, you not there for the birthday party, you there to be depressing. Huh? Nolan Wells and this whole entire thing down there in Mississippi look fishy. One of the boys' mama is a judge down there. Don't nobody know what happened.
We have to stop putting our kids in these sporting events, in these schools, in these environments where they are the anomaly. We have to stop doing it. Okay, you want your child to have the best education, the best experiences, the best everything. Yes, but they also need to be around their own culture. They need to.
Black people have got to stop hanging out with groups of white people. And I mean that. If you're gonna be the only black person in that group, go home. Go home. Because these days, you just can't trust white people anymore. Obviously. It happens time and time and time again. You see one black person hanging out with their group of white friends, and they're like, oh, I've known these guys for forever. We grew up with them. I'm the only black person in the high school or something like that. Especially down here in the South, okay? Down here in the South. Obviously, we realize that these pieces of crap, the white people, will turn on you. They will turn on you quick.
Popular opinion, right? That young man, Nolan Wells, yeah, he was taken out by those white boys. Because who the fuck else would have done it? Like, there's one black boy on a boat with all white people, and the black boy is the only one that goes missing or ends up dead. This has happened so many times over the course of a decade. Black people will be the only ones in the room or on a boat with white people, and they always somehow seem to end up dead or in the water. And to the people, it's always the white people who do this shit. They want black people to be oblivious to the lynchings and the killings and the racism that happens to black people. They always want us to be oblivious and not make it a race thing when it is clear as day that it is always going to be a race thing. That boy was killed by those white people. The only issue is that living in this country that we live in, it's going to be hard for them to be prosecuted.
So let me get this right. Nolan Wells, an 18-year-old kid, goes missing at Horn Lake. And all y'all want to talk about is how, oh man, you're the black kid, don't go out with nothing but whites. Y'all somehow turn this incident into a racism controversy. Yet again, y'all have sick, disgusting comments in every comment section, while this mother and this father and these friends that went out on this boat are losing their shit because this boy's missing. Yet y'all want to stay in the comment section and talk about, oh man, he should have knew better. He shouldn't have done that. Why? Because he grew up with them his entire life? They're best friends? It really triggers me how this world is just totally incompetent to just sit there and look every time there's a black person and a white person involved in something or something happens. It strictly goes to racism. That's your number one output right now. While a mother and father are sitting at home wondering what happened to their child.
Separately, a Facebook user who says she was on the island that day posted a video she claims shows Nolan on shore shortly after what she described as a large altercation that broke out that afternoon. In her caption, she wrote that the clip was taken near where the boat Nolan was allegedly on was parked, and said she hoped the footage could help investigators. She noted she wasn't certain the person in the video was Nolan. As of this reporting, authorities have said they are still investigating the circumstances of Nolan's death, and official findings, including autopsy results, had not been publicly released. No arrests have been made, and no one has been officially named a suspect. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. If you're a parent, do you interfere or vet your children's friends before they're allowed to hang out unsupervised? And how much of a role do you think race is playing in how this story is unfolding? If this story moved you, or if you want to stay updated as more details come out, make sure to like this video, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe so you don't miss the next update on this case. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.